Hi, my name is Neeraj Gosai. Welcome to Master the Self. And today we are talking about how I healed my relationship with my father. Before we begin, I would like to tell you I am a yoga teacher and a Vedic astrologer, and I am on the path of self mastery. So I welcome you on the path of self mastery with me, and let's see how I healed my relationship with my father. So I started with physical touch. So physical touch is so powerful, and as men we tend to be reluctant to hug our fathers, to be near their fathers, especially if our fathers have not received that kind of love from their own fathers. So our fathers only know or give what they have received from their previous generation. So what I did was, I come from an Indian family, so we have a tradition to touch our feet and to take blessings. When we touch our feet of our elders, they give you blessings, and they touch your head. And this is a gesture which I remembered, and I started to follow that. And I remember when the first day when I went to touch my father's feet, he literally thought that I touched his feet, and he thought that I was trying to find something. Maybe something fell on the ground, and I was looking for something, and he literally said to me that, "What are you looking for?" I said, "I'm touching your feet." So then he realized, okay, then he was like, okay. Then he realized that he have to give that blessing. So that's how I started, and I wanted to build it up from there. I started doing for a few days, and then I mustered some courage to go up and hug him. So hugging is something which I didn't receive from my father until he was in the influence of alcohol, which I really didn't like as a child. I remember that whenever he used to drink alcohol, then he used to call me, "Hey, my son, come here. I love you." I said, "You only call me when you are in the influence of alcohol. You don't call me any time else." So I didn't like it. I didn't receive it when he was sober. So going forward, I said, okay, let me break that barrier. So I mustered that courage, and I went. He was sitting on his bed, I remember that day, and I came up to his room. I entered his room. I was about to go, and something stopped me. So there was a lot of heaviness which came around my heart, my chest area. I could feel it, and then I turned back. I just couldn't. And and the next day I tried again. I went into his room. At least I could take 2 more steps towards him, and then I again turned back. So even I could feel there is a lot of resistance present in me. So then I thought, I have to win over this, or let go of this resistance. So it took me 2 months. It's funny, it really took me 2 months to go and hug my father. So I went. When I did that and I hugged him, and my father was frozen. He was frozen. He didn't know what to say, what to do. He literally got shocked, so shocked that he could not even hug me back. He was just sitting like this with his back to his wall, and I was hugging him, and he was like this, frozen. And then I didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. I came back to my room, and I felt much lighter, because it was like a progress for me. But I didn't thought that my father would not react. So that kind of resistance and so many feelings were entangled or unexpressed in him as well. So the second day, I remember I went up to him, and I touched his feet and then hugged him. And then I could sense that he at least moved his hand towards my back, but he still could not hug me properly. So I was like, okay, this is a progress. And after like 5 days, and after like 3 days, like the 5th time I was hugging him, he actually hugged me back, like a proper hug. And I could feel those emotions, and I'm sure he was able to feel my emotions as well. And there were tears. He started crying, I started crying, And those 2 minutes when we were hugging each other and there was so much love between us, that was like 10 years of therapy for men. And that was a very strong pivotal moment where that ice got break between us, and anytime I could go up and hug him and he would receive me like a friend, like happily. So yeah, one day I was meditating and a lot of flashback came from my childhood and related to my father, and the thoughts were coming, those images were coming where I was not felt appreciated or seen as a child from my father. He was not emotionally available for me, and all of that things were coming. Then I said, okay, I imagined his face in front of me and I said, okay, Father, I acknowledged that yes, I felt bad when I was not felt seen, appreciated and loved in a lot of situations in my life from my father. And I said, I acknowledged that, and I was literally talking to him, imagining him right in front of me. I was looking at him and I said, I acknowledge it, but yes, I felt hurt, but I forgive you, and I forgive you and I see you as you are. I really admire you as a man for what you have gone through, what he has went through in his life, and still he can have this positive attitude towards life. It's commendable. Then I started to see his qualities that I could not see, or even I had taken for granted, like just his presence in the family, just his being, his clarity. So forgiveness really helps, and a lot of people I see in the world, I talk to my clients, I give them this forgiveness meditation. Even in astrology, this, if you want to strengthen your sun is your soul, your self-esteem, your vitality. If you want to strengthen it, first forgive your parent, especially your father. If you forgive your father and have a good relationship with your father, your self-esteem will grow. You will feel more seen and protected, and a lot of your masculine side will get better. Everyone has masculine and feminine within them. If you really want to heal your masculine, you have to forgive your father. Even though our parents have good intentions for us, but sometimes they do make mistakes. Sometimes they give us negative or false programming or negative false beliefs, because they don't know better. They can only give what they have with them. Because the stories that I have heard about my father, which you can do as well, inquire with your father or maybe your grandmother that how was the relationship with his father. So I got to know they are like four brothers, and they used to be scared with their father. Whenever their father comes back home from work, they used to hide beneath the bed, and my grandfather used to count them 1, 2, 3, 4, and they used to said anybody has done any mischief, and they used to be like literally scared, let alone hugging or anything. So he can only give what he has or have received. My grandfather was a great man, but again, it's just coming from generations and generations, and someone has to break that pattern. So that someone, make sure that someone is you. So I made sure that someone was me, and my father did the best he could for us given the circumstances. And he is a very masculine man, and it's just that he was not in touch with his emotions. And I saw a man who stood the test of time against all adversities, and he had done some mistakes, but he owned them, he accepted them, and he always remained a good man. And you cannot keep a good man down for long. And the changes I experienced in him after that healing, after that when the physical barrier got broken and I forgave him in my meditation, and I started to meet him daily and hug him, which became a normal thing like I had with my mom. So I found that my own masculine nature was rising. I was able to have healthy boundaries around me. I was able to be more assertive and have more clarity in my thoughts. And my father also, I saw a lot of good changes in him. I could see through a lot of false social conditioning where they are showing masculinity is not good, it's bad. Like being assertive and stating your needs and wants is bad. And when I was not in touch with that masculine nature inside me, my life was not good. And when I started to embody that masculine nature and accept it and not listen to the false conditioning by the society, especially the toxic feminism that is going on, then I realized, okay, things started to run more smoothly with me. I was able to achieve my goals. I was able to put healthy boundaries around me in my relationships as well. And I could see, because I was coming from a 2-parent household, I could see why my father's and mother's relationship worked over these years despite of a lot of ups and downs, because my father had clarity. He was assertive. He knows how to have healthy boundaries for himself and for his women and children. So these things came to light in my psyche that, oh, this is not bad. If this is the love of a man, this is the care of a man. If a man does not care for you, he will not have healthy boundaries around you. And it's not about being controlling, but it's about protecting a herd, like a lion does. If a lion cannot protect his herd, he's no lion, he's no man. So it's just like that. I saw my father made a lot of decisions in his life. Few of them didn't work, but he accepted his mistakes. He owned them. But he's still like a rock for our family, for my mother. My feminine is chaos. It's a good chaos. It always goes ups and downs. It runs on feelings. So my mom ran on her feelings, and my father balanced it out with his clear thinking, his masculinity. So that's why their relationship worked over the years. And my mom really liked this quality of his, because whenever she's confused, she comes to him and he gives her clarity. He is like a rock for her. He still is. Especially when her emotions are going up and down, he holds space for her. So that is the masculine container. That is the power of masculinity. And if you are a woman, and if you cannot appreciate that container, that safety, that stillness that a man provides, it's very hard for you to be in a relationship with a man. So if you are failing, having a lot of failed relationships in your life, and a lot of good men have left you, or you don't know what they are up to, you need to think about healing your relationship with your father. Because when you do that, you appreciate when a man cares for you. I see these days that when men tries to open doors and gives you flowers, in today's dating world, the women are not responding well. These are the women who comes from a single parent household or does not have a strong fatherly presence in their life. So even for women, I would suggest heal your relationship with your father. See him as he is. Look at his qualities. If you look closely, he has a lot of qualities in him. You would say, nah, he does not have, he has done this, that, or what not. I'm sure you also make mistakes. You have made mistakes in your life and you're going to make mistakes. Everyone does. But check the intention. Check all the good things. When you sit with a masculine man, if a man sits with his family just to have dinner, let's just say, you just feel that stillness around you, that protective aura around you. You feel safe. And when you say, no, I don't need a man, blah blah blah, you will not even experience what that masculine container is. So for me, and if you are a man, if you don't accept your father who he is, and let the society tell you that masculinity is bad, having healthy boundaries is bad, good luck with your relationships. Then go and see how your relationships are going to fail, because if you cannot be a holder or a container for the feminine, she's not gonna hang around. If you are not her rock, if you cannot be still in her chaos and still observe her chaos, accept it, and don't lose your own center of gravity, don't lose your own balance, then the feminine will soften up and open up to you. So this is why it is so important to heal your relationship with your father. On this Father's Day, I would urge you to go right now, to go and hug your father if he is alive. You are lucky that he is alive. Ask people whose father is gone. I have seen a lot of people, especially women, who used to hate their father, and when he left, they cry over him like anything. Then they could see how that his presence was so amazing, was so comforting, so peaceful, and they cry. They could not see when he was alive. Even if you have lost your father, just sit in meditation and close your eyes and bring his image in front of you and just say, acknowledge all of those moments where you didn't feel appreciated, hugged, where he didn't hug you or didn't see you or validate your emotions, and say, yes, it hurt me, but I choose to forgive you. And wherever your father is, in whichever realm, because while forgiving, you are releasing yourself from that prison. Because if you have a bad relationship with your father, you will not be able to see men in good light. And if you cannot see men in good light, or if you cannot see women in a good light, you are literally rejecting half of the population. You are rejecting half of your own self. Because in Hinduism, there is a concept of Ardhanarishwar, which is like half of you is divine masculine and half of you is divine feminine. So merging them, you become whole and you achieve harmony. And if you reject one part, maybe it's a masculine or feminine, you are doomed for life. There's no saving. So people will come, like when masculinity got toxic, feminism got born. That is in reaction to that. But when feminism is going way off the line, like out of balance, then you have to bring it back. That is the harmony. We have to achieve balance. Even if you find any toxic feminist women in wherever, don't hate them. Just see that they are hurt. They are not happy with their life. Don't feel have bad thoughts or anger on them, because you will be having or projecting that anger on yourself, on your own self. And for men, if you go on the other extreme, like you put your mother or father like on a pedestal, especially your mom, especially in Indian society, we put them on the pedestal. Then what happens is, in your relationships, you're going to put your girl on a pedestal, and you will admire her like a goddess. It's good to admire her like a goddess, but do not project. First wait and let her achieve, or let her show you that she deserves that kind of behavior. But if you give her something which she has not earned before showing you with her actions, and you put her on the pedestal, that means you are projecting. You are not able to see the red flags in her, or anything which is not good for you. So you need to wait. How you can do it? You can only do it by being the man you are. So go and hug your father today and heal yourself with your masculine side of you, the sun principle, as we say in yoga. Be that divine masculine who can hold that container and for the feminine to prosper, because feminine is prospering, evolving, growth, and you are that stillness part. So when you heal your relationship with your father, that's when you will walk on the path of self mastery and become a whole human. So this is the possibility that we are talking about. So go and hug your father and just hold him and say I love you and say happy Father's Day. Thank you for watching.